Hello and welcome back. So, we found more stuff to do. Here we are doing more stuff. This video is going to be a unique twist on picking a gym leader team. We want to spice it up. We love challenging ourselves, don't we, boys?
Of course, absolutely.
So our limit test for this video, we are going to show you our favorite types and what we would use if we were a gym leader of that type. We also helped each other pick out what our least favorite types are, and then just to add that little bit of zest, we got a random generator. Damn, I almost had it. I was going strong for too long, guys. We got a random generator, and we randomly generated another type for all three of us. So we're gonna show you three different teams, and we have decided to start with the ones that we like the least. So, as always, Jaquan, you're on my left. You're going first.
Okay. Pick Frostlass,
Wait. What is your least favorite type?
Ice. I'm sorry.
Ice. So this is Jaquan's ice type team.
Yes, Ice is my least favorite. Um, so first one is Frostlass,
Okay.
Mamoswine,
Memo.
Frost Rotom, Weavile, Lapras, and a Alolan Sandslash.
All right. Tell us a little bit about why you chose these Pokemon.
I mean, I just thought of out of the ice types, these are kind of like my faves play with. Like when I do add them to my team.
Yeah,
And
Memo's a lot of power. Lone Sandslash is unique. Ice Steel helps you out a little bit with that hatred of weakness. Ghost type, immune to fighting. So obviously you're gonna pick that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Overall, really strong team. You got some bulk. You got some ways to get over the fact that it's the ice type. Nice. All right. Let's see, Darian, your stream is paused.
Yep.
All right. So we gave you the normal type, right? This is the normal type.
Normal. This was my least favorite one.
Right.
We found some good stuff in here, and I like this team. We got Ambipom. It's a nice lead Pokemon. Fake out, double hit, U-turn to get out of there.
True.
Tauros is some good old fashioned power. You can use whatever you want there. Braviary. Normal flying is like the staple. If you have normal, there's like a 90% chance if you have a secondary type, it's going to be flying. So my version of that is Braviary. Then we took a trip into the past. We have Hisuian Zoroark, who has a very, very coveted normal ghost typing. We have Porygon Z for some special attacking things because this team is pretty physical. And we're going to round off with the use of a Mega Evolution. We're going to be using Mega Lopunny.
That's pretty powerful.
And the only reason I really don't like normal is just because, well, it's in the name. It's normal. There's nothing really extraordinary with this typing, like all the other ones. But
The white
this
bread of
team here,
Pokemon.
I assembled a decent little group here.
Okay. So you did mention the normal flying type. Any specific reason why you wanted Braviary?
Not in particular. Of course, we know of the usuals. I could have used Mega, Pidgeot,
Oh
or
yeah, true.
Swellow. But I just Braviary is it's a good mixture of them all. It's decently powerful. It's got some good bulk and relatively good speed. I like Braviary. It's just an overall, it's a solid choice.
All right, good. Well, I mean, we didn't hate doing this, so
Yeah.
obviously, obviously, it was a great experience. So, one of, if not my least favorite type, is Ghost. I don't really like how Ghost types always come in as sort of a niche. It's really hard to outside of like the using like a Gengar or something, right? It's really hard to find a strong, viable Ghost type that can overcome sort of like the obvious flaw of it not being able to hit too many things and it getting hit pretty hard by its own typing. So obviously I went Palossand. Palosand's one of my favorite Pokemon. Um, my theme and the way that I tried to sort of like how Jaquan did, like try to cover up the weakness. I tried to go at ghost types that are very annoying to deal with or have like a little bit of obvious bulk to them. So Palossand is a really unique Pokemon. Ghost Ground is a really strong typing. It'll allow it to hit fairly hard and also take a couple of hits, but it is going to have some added weaknesses. Shedinja, because when else would you be able to use a Shedinja? unless you're using bug or ghost type, right? I think the caveat of having like that 1 HP being weak to like poison, burn, rocks is fine because you kind of don't, you never really would expect a gym leader to bring Shedinja. Um, and like that first time, it's like, well, dang, I chose the water grass starter, so I don't get to kill this thing for free. I really like that caveat about it. Obviously, Gen 3 Pokemon, I had to find at least one other Gen 3 Pokemon. Gourgeist, I also think is a fairly bulky Pokemon. Grass gives it access to a lot of moves. It also has Trick or Treat, which is like a signature move for it. And that'll just change you to like the Ghost type, I'm pretty sure. And that'll just allow the team overall to get over that weakness of like Ghost type not really hitting that hard. Jellicent, another bulky Pokemon. Decent utility. I'm pretty sure also gets Will-O-Wisp. Ghost types usually specialize in that sort of trickery. Mismagius is the queen of trickery. It's just right there in her personality. It's one of my favorite ghost types, and then I also added my favorite ghost type, which is Sableye, and I decided to go ahead and slap that Mega on it so that it could be the most annoying thing. Take any physical or special defensive, especially offensive hit that I want it to, and I'll be able to customize that based on how I want to play. So that's what I got, and now we can move on to our what was it? Random, right? We want to do random next.
Yeah, we
Save
can do
favorites
that.
for last.
We can do random.
Okay. So for our random teams, we decided that we were going to add a little bit of flair. Since it's random, we're gonna also add in. We each get to add in one Pokemon, and Terra type it to change it to the type of our whatever our random type was, right? So for me, that was my ace. You guys probably picked it for like an ace or just a random pickup. Both your streams are paused. I'll give you a second to get situated. Okay. So, see, Darian, you had psychic, right?
Yes.
And Jaquan, what was your random type?
I had steel.
Oh yes, you did have steel. Yeah, so you got a couple of your favorite types. All right, Jaquan, take us through your steel team.
Okay, so I have the boy Scizor, Bug Steel, um, a very fast Steel type, priority Bullet Punch, so just a nice offensive power. Then I chose Water Steel and Empoleon, just for that water coverage. You know, fire types, you gotta avoid those. Um, then I chose the wall himself, Aegislash, and the cannon himself. Just for that power. Steel Ghost is a good type. Chose Aggron. Steel Rock. Has a lot of defense, so he's powerhouse. He's not my Mega because he becomes pure Steel.
Right.
So I chose Mawa. Mega Mawa is my Mega and Steel Fairy. It's just Steel Fairy is a good typing for it, negates its weakness to Steel itself and like poison. So kind of protects Fairy from its typing. And then for my terrestrialized Pokemon, it'd be Meteor.
I like that.
Because most meteorites carry some sort of metal in them.
Of course.
So I was like, let's make him a steel type.
And then flying's pretty unique too. You don't have too many options for that. You could have had like a Skarmory, but this is definitely a much more unique approach.
Yep.
Yeah, and you already had. Yeah, I know you're tired of Corviknight after having mentioning it earlier.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, pretty good steel team. So, oh man. Yeah, honestly, I thought you would have gone with the Mega Aggron because obviously, like, ground type's really effective. 4 times weak to, but I think you made a good case with the Mawile as well. I think Mawile's
The only reason why is because my Aggron would have sturdy.
Oh, okay. So what are you gonna do with that sturdy?
I mean, like sturdy just allows me to basically have that turn for free.
So sturdy self-destruct.
Sturdy self-destruct. Nah, but that turn for free. You
Yeah,
know,
true.
Aggron already kind of has a big damage boy, so he
Could also be
like
guaranteed stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, Sturdy's a good option. I like that. All right, Darian, take us through your rather unique looking psychic team. I would not
I
have
love this
expected
team.
any of these Pokemon.
I'm not gonna lie. When you said when we were making these teams, we'll get a bit of a theme. We have some trick room shenaniganery going on today.
Oh, you do? Oh
We
no.
have Indeedee. Oh, Klefki's gonna be my Terra Psychic Mon. It's gonna have, it gets access to Trick Room. It's got the screens, Prankster as well to get those priorities set up, and it'll probably run Psyshock because it does get access to Psyshock. But Indeedee and Klefki are gonna be like some Trick Room setters, and then we'll have the other slower Mons behind it, um, doing what they do. Reuniclus and Slowking. And the reason I chose Klefki is because of the weaknesses Psychic has. You wouldn't really bring those to fight a Steel Fairy type
Mhm.
because Bug and Dark are both resisted.
Oh yeah, true.
So, and I was thinking, I was like, what am I going to use? And then Klefki popped up. But I really like this Trick Room team we have here for the Psychic Gym. And I think it'd be a lot of fun to actually try and run. I might put this on Showdown later and just try and see what happens. But
Yeah, so Soaking would be the sweeper then, right?
Sweeper, that or Uniclus, because Uniclus also has a very high special attack.
What does it?
Yeah, it's like base 130.
And then
something.
you brought Lunatone for the boy Marvin, right?
Oh, for sure. Cosmic powers for days.
Cosmic powers. Okay, yeah, that is a very unique psychic team. I honestly wouldn't expected any of these Pokemon. Maybe the Slowking, since it's a bit more recent. It's a pretty cool Pokemon.
Yeah,
Okay, so I had fighting, right? My fighting team.
correct.
All right, so this was hard. Fighting's another type that I sort of navigate away from, being a fairy type trainer. I don't really like, losing to my favorite kind of Pokemon. But I do have some favorites. Primeape is probably one of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. Not too much of a choice with Gen 1 for fighting types, but you get it early on. The theme that I want for this one is just pure beatdown. Primeape is by nature a very aggressive Pokemon. Beware has its fluffy ability, so it takes less hits while it's swinging hard. Crafty has Moxie, so if it ever gets a kill, it's getting ready to sweep. Mienshao obviously is the best fake out U-turn Pokemon here that I could have chose, and so I'll probably lead with it, or Hariyama. Hariyama could also have fake out. Hariyama gets access to Belly Drum, so if I really want to go full all out gimmick, these Pokemon will really allow me to do it. And then again, because I'm just that type of dude, I want something beautiful and elegant to round it out. And obviously Serena could easily be a grass fighting type. The queen herself, I thought of like a Queen of the Ring type situation where you got all these tough, brutish Pokemon, and yet like Serena at the end, just like, I'm gonna kick you elegantly, and you just get kicked elegantly, and you're out. Also, grass being a type that none of these other Pokemon can really bring. I thought it was a pretty good way to round it out. Great team overall. I like this team, but honestly, like this is like a living on a prayer type situation with like Moxie having to be there, you turning into a Pokemon that's not going to get destroyed, and then like maybe Belly Jump on Hariyama. So if I did run this team, it would be purely as many gimmicks as I could throw in, as much damage as I can do. That's how I would approach this one.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna go on to our definitive. If we were gym leaders, these are the Pokemon that we would bring. This is the type that we would use. So I'll give you guys a second. Yo, Sean just messaged me. So I'm gonna leave that one right there on red until we finish the video. He might even jump in if he's actually doing. All right, so obviously Darian's got the bug type. Jaquan actually has the water type because he really does like water types, and obviously it's fairy, bro. No, like nobody's going to look at me, but like that guy uses like dark types. Like it's fairy. I always talk about it. So Jaquan, let's go over your goated water team. I see you cheated a little bit, but we're gonna let it slide. We're gonna let it slide.
I can't help but cheat.
It's got like base 580 stats. It's fine.
We're gonna let it slide. It's a DLC mod. It's fine.
Yeah, we cheated a little bit. We got our boy Empoleon back in action.
Okay.
I did grab an Urshifu.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the Pokemon. It's actually pretty cool. I love that it's fighting water, so definitely I was like, I like I like
Gotta
to put out damage.
do it.
I like hitting multiple times.
Uh-huh.
Too bad I don't have skill link, but that's okay. Hold on. They get the Hisuian form samurai because I love the white armor.
Nice.
Uh, my boy Kingdra, whew, powerhouse right
With sniper,
there.
of course, right?
Yes sir, yes sir. My low tick with the Mystic Water and Recover. We like the
Broken.
eat damage.
Broken.
And then the boy, one of my favorite water types, Karakosta.
Now, is it gonna be Shell Smash?
Yes, of course.
Of course. So what will be the playstyle?
Oh, the playstyle?
Yeah. How would you play it?
So I'd probably first, for the I like this not setup.
Right.
This team's not more setup. This is more of the kind of like fish out how my opponent wants to play. So I'd throw out my low tick first, just to kind of gauge what types they have. What moves are they using? Do they have coverage? They got Thunderbolt. They got a grass move.
Yeah, my L-Tick is gonna eat that.
And then my low tick is gonna eat that, of course. And then if they don't have anything to cover some water types, we're gonna swing in for the first arrow, Kingdra. Kingdra's gonna go in. It's a defensive type. Not many Pokemon can hit it. Fairy is pretty sure still the only type that can hit a Kingdra. So, yeah, just those two are probably my first priority.
And it's like, I mean, the
playing
rest are really well rounded as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're well, like Shell Smash, Karakosta. This Hisuian form has a little bit of higher attack. It also has the typing dark, so there's a little round out. And then Urshifu is really strong.
Yep. Nice.
And then, defense Empoleon.
It is a pretty good team. I like the Hisuian Samurai added there. That's something that we definitely sort of bring into like the fantasy of it. Yeah, really good, really good. All right, so now we're gonna look at the bug type team that Darian put together.
All right.
Nice.
Well,
I see you got your showdown down there.
oh yeah.
Got your
Well,
showdown
that was
down there.
just in my tabs. But,
Yeah.
but this is the bug type team. Bug is my favorite type, and I had to go with Ledian this time around. It's my channel mascot. I love Ledian. It deserves better. It has it's a cool little design. I really like its looks. But alas, it's just kind of just there.
Yeah.
But then
We'll make sure it's anime Ledian. It's anime Ledian. Fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
We have Araquanid, who's one of the better bug types out there. Has a very good ability in Water Bubble and you can't be burned. It takes even less damage from fire type moves and a boost the power of your own water moves, which is just all around great. Galvantula is Bug Electric, another one of my favorites. It's decently quick. It's could go on the special side. Frostmouth is one of the newer ones. Got another great ability in Ice Scales. Another fun typing. And then we rounds out with Volcarona and my favorite Mega Beedrill, which is probably the biggest glow up in Pokemon history. Mega
Honestly,
Beedrill
yeah.
goes from completely irrelevant to the same attack as Rayquaza and faster. So, yeah,
Disgusting.
I like Bug. It's definitely the weakest type out of all of them in terms of like average base stats and everything, but it's just got some of my favorite designs, and they've always done a good job with the bug types in Pokemon.
Yep.
I
So-
like it.
So how would you play it? How would you play it out? What do you think the overall play style of your team?
It's gonna be
Volcarona Quiver
interesting.
Dance.
Yeah, you're gonna have the Quiver Pokerona,
Yeah.
and also could be on Frostmouth as well. I'll have to decide there.
It could be
But
it definitely could be a good sweeper team, especially with Galvantula.
Yeah,
having
back in
that
the
good
day
utility.
when Jin, I remember watching False Flight Gaming when he did his Ledian video. It was other than all the jokes he did in it, he was doing like, "Oh, it's got like 180 attack." No, that's not 50. It's 100, but it was a baton passer, so we could have
Yeah.
some kind of setup there. It's got access to some interesting moves. It's got like Comet Punch. It's got Mop Punch for priority. It's not going to hit hard, but could get a cleanup. I mean, like this is a big setup team. Other than like
Yeah.
Araquanid and Galvantula, because Volcarona Frostmoth can carry Quiver Dance, Beedrill can carry Swords Dance. Ledian actually has some decent bulk to it, despite its little ladybug appearance. Same with Araquanid. Araquanid is very specially tanky, but it's pretty much gonna be more hyper offense. This team,
Okay, I can see it.
the big moves. Galvantula gets Compound Ice, so we get the higher accuracy Thunder. So I might not have to go Thunderbolt. So we can go Thunder. We can go with the Blizzards. It's gonna be really firing on all cylinders. This team.
Oh, you can even like set up like a rain dance too, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And like really just squash water types. Not water types, squash fire types.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good team. Good team. I like your teams. All right, so obviously mine is probably gonna look the goofiest because I got the Dene, I got the Ribombee.
I like it. I
Um,
love her.
so Azumarill is definitely a Pokemon I actually sort of exclude this Pokemon in a lot of my conversations because it's kind of an obvious pickup, but with the water typing, usually it has a lot more competition than with the fairy typing. But as a fairy type Pokemon, it's easily one of the best. The Dene, like I said previously, really strong special attacker. It's actually very sleeper. Wait, special attack, right? Special attack. Yep. Attack. Ribombee, same thing. Really good special attacker. Bug type will give it access to a couple of other moves. It could be played for a little bit more utility. Grimmsnarl is a very strong defensive pivot that can go on any team. Honestly, this thing never has to really be offensive, but also has some pretty unique signature moves that can really turn the tables. Ninetales can set up a hail, and the team really wouldn't be too impeded outside of a little bit of chip damage, and then get off like an Aurora Veil, or it can just be played like another special attacker. Obviously, very special attack heavy this team, because then my ace is obviously gonna be the Mega Gardevoir. I think overall the theme of this team, it would be a nice switch between like a nice little lull with the Dene and the Ribombee, and even Grimmsnarl not really doing too much damage, right? And then it switches, and then you have like the Mega Gardevoir. You can have the Combines. You can have a Azumarill with the huge power. So I think overall it would be lulling an opponent into like a false sense of security. The Dene even has access to Nuzzle, so I could just end up just paralyzing 6 Pokemon and calling it a day. I think that's how I would want to play it. I would want my opponent to be like, okay, well, I can take care of a Dene. I can take care of a Ribombee. It's like, okay, I just gotta hold this for later, and then all of a sudden, oh, my Pokemon are getting destroyed by a freaking Dene. That's really what I want to see when I play this team. So, what do you guys think about that?
Solid. Oh, like I said, I love Ribombee.
Yeah.
Love that game.
Are there any other Pokemon that you considered in making your favorite team?
Oh,
So,
I consider it a lot.
Funny
Definitely.
enough, I was gonna include Azumarill,
Yeah.
but I was just like, but Azumarill is just like, not saying like it's a hard one to decide, but it was just like, it's like, I was like, there's other Pokemon I can choose.
like the Hisuian Samurai. Nice pickup.
Yep.
How about you, Darian? Did you consider any other Pokemon?
For me, the biggest ones that I omitted that I would have liked was funny enough, there's a couple Gen 5 Pokemon. Excelgor was there.
Oh yeah, Excelgor's up.
Excelgor, Escavalier, and honestly, the one I would have put on there the most is probably Yanmega.
Yeah, you did mention.
But it was Yanmega, but I took Yanmega out for Ledian. So
goated. you made the right choice. That baton pass will not betray you. Yeah. I honestly didn't consider any normal Pokemon. Like honestly, I was looking at like, dang, I would throw in Xerneas, I would throw in Magirina.
Yeah, I said the Psychic one for me had a lot of
Diancie.
legends. A lot of legends for Psychic.
Yeah, I
would
didn't
have
have
loved
any
like
normal.
Tapu Lele. Would have been nice, but
Yeah.
let me look at some fairy types.
Yeah, I know Mimikyu is
Togekiss
obviously.
thoughts in there?
So Togekiss and Mimikyu don't really fit my sort of flow. I usually do like to have one or two heavy hitters, and then leave the rest up to defenses and leave it up to status. I like to make sure I can whittle down opponents. And really, what Togekiss, Mimikyu, Azumarill, what those kinds of Pokemon try to do is just destroy you outright.
Yeah.
So I didn't really want too much of that. I had Gardevoir, Ninetales, even Rabombi for a lot. If I really just wanted something that can hit heavily, obviously a Mega Gardevoir would be better than a Togekiss, to some extent. So I wanted like the Gardevoir and the Azumarill to really shine in that department and have the other 4 Pokemon just be really unique picks that I really love and would love to use. So yeah, that's why I didn't use them, but those 2 would also probably be pretty obvious on a fairy team. All right, so let's see, what should we tell these guys? You can leave a comment down below. I think what the heck did we just finish doing? We just finished doing our teams for every region. So
yeah,
just like in that video, go ahead and drop down whatever your favorite type is and what would your team be, just like in the last video. I'm gonna make sure to drop the team planner down there for you so that you can do so. And if you did join us and you made it this far, thank you very much. We appreciate it. And until next time, hope you take care.